What's up, YouTubes? So today I got a wild hair up my ass and decided I'm gonna build a groundbreaker. I picked these up off eBay. These are not life-size heads like I was hoping they would be, but these guys are pretty awesome. I was gonna actually take this guy and put him on Dr. Illume and completely redo Dr. Illume, but this head is just a little bit too small. These are gonna be good for other things. These are like the thickest latex I have ever seen. These guys are really, really awesome. I went ahead and sprayed Loctite foam and foam filled these because they were hollow, but I don't know why they would ever be hollow. You can't wear these. This one I trimmed. This one I had to add some and redo it. So this is why this one isn't done yet. So once I get it all trimmed out, I will go ahead and paint it all black so it blends in. Today, on this project, I'm literally just gonna take a bunch of shit laying around in here and make a groundbreaker. I am tired of buying PVC. I have to buy a ton to make this fencing back here, and I'm over it. So I'm gonna take whatever leftover PVC that I have. I have some scraps. I have some scrap wood. I will show you here in a minute. I actually had a fence piece like this. I should have recorded that whole blooper reel. When I put this fence together, some of the boards actually split. So I took the whole damn thing and threw it out in the yard and just broke the hell out of it. So there's tons of busted pieces. I ended up burning it. Now I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass. I wish I would have kept it because I could build stuff with it. But I was just pissed off and I threw it all away, burnt that. Kept all these. These are all these the finials and everything. I took them apart and reused them on this piece. But I need like 14 more pieces of PVC pipe and like 6 more pieces of wood to finish building the fencing that I need. I need about 8 pieces total, hopefully for this year. I got 4 done. I need 4 more. So I got to go to Home Depot. So I'm just over buying PVC. So I'm going to take what I do have and I'm going to build something cool. I don't really know how this is going to go. I have some pieces laid out over here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I got, and hopefully I can make something from literally piles of nothing. Close-up view of this dude here. This is the one we're going to use just because it fits with what I have that I'm going to use together here. But we're going to see what we can come up with. But this guy looks super cool. I love his like sunken in face, the mouth. I thought he would look cool on Dr. Illume, like I originally said. Because Dr. Illume does this like weird gasping noise and all that. So fortunately he's too small, or this guy would have been perfect. So let's go ahead and I'll show you what we got so far for my idea that I'm just literally gonna make something from nothing. So here is my random pile of stuff that I got that I'm gonna make this out of. I'm probably gonna find a few other things around the garage. This is just kind of my rough idea for right now at the moment. So we got these 1-foot sections left over from all of our fencing, because every piece of fence that we cut, we get 1 foot left over. So I drilled out a hole in the bottom of this guy. I can slide this in there. Now I have an arm. This is just something I had left over for when I built some animatronics and stuff last year. So I have this big PVC here. We got our head. We have some more 1/2-inch PVC. This is just something I had left over in the garage. It's all bent and wonky anyway. Not really working. It kind of sucks to use for the fencing. And then I have this piece of wood here. Obviously, I had it drilled for my fence. This was the issue on this wood that I got from Home Depot. It had a bunch of knots. So when I put the screw in, it snapped. And I just took the whole damn thing and threw it and destroyed it. Yeah, and I broke it into like a million pieces. So this is one piece here that I kept. I kept 2 of these pieces, the identical match. The whole knot fell out of it and the fence fell apart. The more I'm looking at it, this will work as my shoulder frame, if you get what I'm saying. So if I take that, that'll kind of be my shoulder idea, and then I can take my PVC here, stick it up through there, and then heat it and bend it as my arms. Because it's a zombie, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. Who gives a shit? That's what we're gonna do. Get that out of there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this down because it's too wide for the jacket I want to use. So I'm gonna just go ahead and cut it real close here and real close on the edge of these holes here. And we're gonna try and make some type of shoulder form out of this. So now that we have this guy cut, we're gonna go ahead and drill a hole here, and we're gonna put a screw in there so this guy no longer moves. He doesn't come out of here. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I have this guy all screwed together, front and back. I have an angled piece. It's like a 45. And I have it angled forward, so now he's looking downward when you put him in there. It all depends on how you angle that in there. You can have him there or go all the way down. I kind of want him sitting about there. So I'm not real sure how I'm gonna put all that together right there. Or I can just completely take this out of here because that like kind of doesn't really fit down in there quite like I want it. I guess I could put it like that and just run a screw through it here. I got a screw hole here I can go through, and there's a screw hole back here, so I can screw it together there since I have used this for some other stuff before. We'll see. So we're gonna take this piece of PVC and I'm just gonna eyeball whatever half is here. They don't have to be perfectly even. It's a ground breaker. So I'm just gonna cut this. My next idea for this is kind of go through these holes in the bottom. I'll probably have to drill these out a little bit more. We'll go through these holes and just screw them in there and then heat these up and just kind of bend them whichever way I want. And then I can either use these. Like I said, I just kind of threw these together the other day. I had an idea. So I was like, oh, I could use these as arms. But then I found this whole setup. So basically what's going to happen is, you know, you put that up there and you bend it. And then you have your hand on the end. We'll see. It's only a few inches longer. So we'll heat this up. Get that in there. And see if that actually looks right or if it looks goofy. All right, so we got one in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put the other one in, drill the hole out, screw it in. So we'll just put it in there just a little bit. We've already got a hole in the wood because we've already drilled a fence for this. So we just need to get through the PVC. Take our screwdriver. Boom. And it's not quite perfect, but good enough. So now we can get our heat gun out and bend his arms outward. See, I still don't know if I want him leaning forward or if I just want him to be straight up, but I like the leaning forward look because he's a ground breaker. I know he's a little too tall. I'll finish that off later. I'm not worried about that for right now. I still need to decide if I want him straight up or if I want him lean forward. So I guess I could do straight up and then just heat the PVC a little bit and just bend it to where I want, so that because this angle is kind of harsh and I want you to be able to see his face. All right, so I just decided we're gonna go ahead, heat this up and bend it. I went ahead and drilled a couple screws here so this guy is stout in there. Gives me something to kind of get some leverage to bend this when it's heated up. It's going to take quite a bit of heat here to bend this sticker stuff, but it should be okay. It's going to turn out fine anyway. But I just don't want its face all the way up, straight up. I want it to be downward, but or I guess I could make him laying down and have his face point way up. That would be cooler, but I want to put him in front of a tombstone. So I don't want him like completely down on the, laying on his chest. So we're gonna go ahead, heat this up, and then we'll bend it. We'll show you what it's like afterwards. All right, so we have this piece bent, and we have his arm melted up here. We have this right arm. We got that all bent. I don't really care how melted up the PVC is. The jacket's gonna cover this. Right now, I'm working on this arm. I got this one melted and bent outward. Now I'm heating this center piece up, hopefully to act as like an elbow. Just not sure how the jacket is gonna fit on this guy. So hopefully it turns out all right, because I didn't put the coat on first. Hopefully I can even get the coat on, to be honest, because I should have fit that shit first. Made sure I can even get the damn thing on, but I'm not too worried about it. If it isn't, I already have spots marked. Everything's bent right where it needs to be. So if I need to pop these off, put them through the sleeves, and then put it back in there, I can just take it out and do it, do it that way. It's not a big, huge deal. And now it's starting to warm up. PVC is starting to get a little flexible. I don't want it to look identical, so you might just give that one a slight bend. I want the other arm up. Yeah, so we bend it out and we'll just give it a little flare. I'm gonna go ahead and spray some water because that is hot as shit. Get some cold water on there. See, yeah, it should bubble in on there. It's hot as hell. So we're gonna go ahead, let that cool down, and then we're gonna test fit this jacket. Here's basically what we're working with. It's not quite life size. The head's not life size either. We're living in a make-believe world. So I got this jacket. It's got a green tag on it. So at Goodwill, it must have been half off day. So I always go to Goodwill and I always try to get these padded shoulder, nice suit jackets, because I love zombies in those jackets. So I'm gonna, I don't really know. This probably isn't gonna work like I thought. So I'm gonna just try and slide this over. Hell no. So all right, I'm gonna have to unscrew this arm and put it on, put the shirt on, and then put the arm back in. I kind of figured that was gonna happen. Should have marked my screw hole before I did that. Stupid bastard. So, alright, we got that in there. Try to get this line back up, hopefully. I'm close. Oh, Yahtzee. First try. Let's get my finger out of there before I ruin my fucking night. Alright. Got that in there. We got a suit jacket on. Now, I don't want to extend his arms, because then he's just going to look like a goofy bastard. So what I can do is just leave the hands a little longer. Unless he looks like a goofy bastard that way too. So we can put that hand on. Where's the other one? We slide this up. Put that on. So alright, for the most part, we got him pretty much done. I have some pool noodles we're gonna go ahead and put some pool noodles on this thing and fatten him up. All right, I went and grabbed this pool noodle here. That should be enough. We're gonna go ahead and cut that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut it right down the middle. Then I can get it over top of my PVC. Find where I cut the damn thing. I'm just gonna take the tape off here, slide it over, get it up in his jacket. Perfect. Slide his hand back on. He's not really looking big and bulky though, but that's all right. What we can do there, take more of that pool noodle. Let's see, we'll go right there. Cut it. Get some tape. And then I'm just gonna put it on there and tape it around there. Then we'll give another one just for the hell of it. Same shit over here. Let's see how that looks before we move to the other side. Oh yeah, look at that. Much better. So you can do the same thing right here. Add a chunk. Let's see, about there. Cut it off. You just wrap it around there. You can tape it if you want to. You don't really have to. It'll probably stay, but just make sure it doesn't go anywhere. We'll do that. Look at that. Looks a little better than that side. And to fatten his arm up even more, you can take another pool noodle and layer it, split it, and layer it on top of this one, and it'll fatten him up. It also looks a little goofy because the way his arms are positioned. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this other side and we'll catch back. All right, so there we go. We have this dude all finished up. You can add some stuffing on the inside. I'm not real sure if I really like the way his head is so small. It just looks so goofy. So I have this head, which is a lot bigger, and he also has this piece which covers inside of that weird chest piece that we have right there. So I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and swap this one out. All right, so there we go. There's our basically 15-20 minute DIY groundbreaker that we made from literally a pile of nothing. Foam filled mask or little foam filled head, a jacket we got from the dollar store that I had laying around, some hands I had laying around, and extra PVC. And I did not use anything extra than the items that I actually showed you in the very beginning of this. So I used the fake hands. I actually took away the 1 foot sections of PVC. They're sitting here. I took away that angled piece and literally screwed all the PVC together, heated it up, bent it, and there we go. So then I can actually take this jacket, burn it. I can use a rasp on it, tear it up, spray paint it, add some different paint to it, latex or acrylic paint. It's going to be outside. The only thing that this isn't going to last outside wise is his face. The head is latex. The weather is going to destroy it. So this guy cannot be outside all season long unless I were to put a different head on. So let me show you that one if I decide to change it up and actually use it outside all season. So if I went and I put this one on, this is a vinyl cheap Amazon mask. I would have to actually tear this guy apart, tear his arms off, restart, and use this face, and then he could stay outside all season long because it's just a cheap $10 Amazon mask that I foam filled as well with Loctite inside there, and I have the PVC pipe there. I actually put that down in there, and then this weird gap that shows the PVC pipe would be covered with this flap. That's why I like to buy these masks here with this skin flap that covers those weird spots in jackets and shirts. So when you actually make these things, you don't have that weird gap that you now have to cover in this guy. But all in all, I think this turned out pretty good for like 20 minutes of building. I think he looks extra creepy. So we got his hands. We can obviously dinge up, add some black spray paints and some green. We could throw some moss on him. That's some moss. You know, we could even like dangle some moss in there to cover up that weird gap. We could add some foam. You could add a chicken wire deal inside there. You could add some chicken wire. You could do whatever you wanted to this thing. You could put some moss coming out of his pocket. Just throw moss all over him because he looks nasty and shitty anyway. He's like a mummified corpse, so the moss makes sense. So we could paint him up really cool, really distress this thing. So that is going to be future videos. It is about to storm like an absolute bastard right now. So that's this build for tonight. I just wanted to do a quick, awesome DIY. I haven't done one in quite a while as an actual prop. I need more ground breakers, so this guy is going to look awesome out there in the graveyard next to some tombstones. Let me know down below in the comments what you think.